We're going to tie up a dubbing loop here today. And I'm going to use some chartreuse thread on this fly, which will be easier for you to see. I start my thread base back here towards the rear of the fly. This is called the rear station of the fly. This is going to be an intruder style fly. So here's my first, get that cinched down real good, dubbing loop. I make a loop. I've got my fingers in there. Okay. Put that onto the top of the hook shank. Then I'm going to go around and I'm going to wrap backwards till I get and pinch off that loop. Then I'm going to take my bobbin and go over the top twice, wrap it again, a couple more times back. Now I've got a fully locked in loop. So I can take and put more materials in here. And we're going to use chartreuse. It's the theme of the day. So we're going to add a little chartreuse dubbing ball back here. I'm going to do this in two separate loops just to show you. You could do this as what's called a compound loop and put both of these materials in there at the same time. So now I've got my finger in the loop. I'm going to open it up even further. Here's my dubbing. Open that up, put it inside the loop and pull it back and pull it tight. Now when you have a loop like this, now everything is in there. If you want to move your materials over, you can, because everything, you can use your finger here to trap it even a little bit further. Then I'm going to pull back here and I'm going to start spinning with my dubbing spinner, my loop spinner. And what this does, traps all those fibers inside our dubbing loop. And once they get twisted up like this, they are not coming out. So I'm going to take this and I want to tease this out just a little bit. You can make it appear a little bit more voluminous, a little bit more volume with teasing it like this. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to go and I'm going to advance my thread a few turns to get out of the way. And I'm going to go around the hook shank and I'm going to make concentric touching turns. I'm preening the material back. And I'm going to make touching turns as I go forward. But I'm keeping it as tight and as close together as possible because what I'm trying to do here is create a little bit of a bump with that material, which we did. Advance my thread back to where the dubbing loop is, and I'm going to go around twice, cinch it off again, work backwards. Then I'm going to put my finger in between the two pieces of thread. This is my dubbing loop, bobbin thread. The reason I do that is so I don't cut off my bobbin thread. Now I want to snip the dubbing loop just right up close to the hook shank. And there's my materials. And you can check this. You can preen it out, fluff it up, whatever you want to do with that. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I like that. That looks great. I'm going to take some jailhouse marabou. It's barred marabou. And I'm going to put that in another dubbing loop on the rear station of this fly. I'm going to use a little prep. It's called a feather prep from our friends at Hairline. And I'm going to take and put this in here. I could wrap this around the shank of this hook, starting up here with the tip and working my way back. But I'll show you an easier way. You can take and use your prep station. Oops, broke my tip off. You can use your prep station. Let me get this back over here. And now I've got two sides of the material trapped in to the prep station. This is a slotted foam, and you push the material down in there. This This is CDC clamp tool coming up next. CDC clamp tool, and I think you can see it from here. I have grabbed both sides of these feathers, pushed them together, so I've doubled the volume of feathers in there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and snip that off. So now I have two sides of this feather. I'll show you the material that we took and cut off of there into the clamp. Okay, so now I don't have to worry about that stem and wrapping around the hook shank and taking up volume and space. I'm going to make another dubbing loop. Wrap backwards, go over that dubbing loop twice, once, twice with your bobbin. Pull it up tight, wrap back even a little further. Now I've got everything trapped in there. I'm going to use a little bit of wax on this. You don't need much wax, but you do need some. To start with, I would recommend using wax. Makes your life a lot easier. Okay, so now we got our materials in our clamp, which is a glorified bag clamp. Got our materials in our clamp. I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to touch this. You feel it pop off the edge of the tool. And there's everything in there now. Here's your chance again. If you want to straighten this out, you want to move it around, you can. You come in here and hold it up against here like this, and I'll show you real quick. I don't have a bodkin. Oh, there's a bodkin over here. Take a bodkin, and you can move this backwards, forwards, pull it through there a little further, whatever you want. I lost a little material there because I let go with my finger. I don't know if we'll get that back. It's okay. I'm going to spin this up now. Do one more spin. I'm going to take this right now, and I'm just going to get this a little happier here. Gets bound up together. I'm going to give it one more spin. I know it looks like a mess. Now I'm going to tease it out all the way, everything. So I'm going to go up, back. You lose very little material, even pushing as hard as I am in here. All right, now we want to take these. Get your fingers wet. I use a little cup of water off to the side here. Then I'm going to take and pull all my materials so they're pointing one direction. This way I can wrap nice and concentrically. I'm going to advance my thread forward to get it out of the way. Then I'm going to take my dubbing loop in my spinner, and I'm going to advance these forward. And I'm going to keep going in concentric turns. So I'm almost done. Give it one more turn. Move my thread back to cover that up. Go over it twice. Come back. A couple more spins there. Around the hook shank, put your finger in between your two pieces of thread. Here's the bobbin thread, here's the dubbing thread. Dubbing loop thread, then I'm going to come right up here, cut that off. So now I just pulled off my dubbing loop. I'm going to take these now and wrap this forward just a little bit to get it out of the way. And I'm going to take my Enrico Puglisi finger brush, and I'm going to get this all going happy, fluffed out. And this material got wet now, so it's going to when it dries, it's now going to take on this shape. And it's going to have just a little bit. You can see how it flows. That's around that dubbing bump that we put in there. That's a really good, and you can see this goes past the hook shank. That's a really good looking rear station. So I'm going to take this, come back here, and that's a really, really good looking rear station with two materials. I could have done that with one loop, and I'll show you that in a video coming up.